Aloha, and welcome back to what will be the final installment of Kupuna Smart, at least for some time. As far as whether or not there will be new additional content in the future, I do not know of that yet. But today, it's my pleasure to be presenting to you some of your frequently asked questions, and I hope that I'll answer a lot of them and you can take a lot away from that. But rest assured, our lovely group of interns, they produced a lot of content through the duration of their work on this project, and you can access that actually on a website. And it is also there's also a shortcut to get to that on your tablet. So once again, to review, if you slide your finger to the right, you'll see that there are some shortcuts up here. It's a bit hard to see. There's Zoom workshops, UHMC Live, and let me see, right over here on the first page is web shortcuts. And here, there is one called Kupuna Kokua, and you can't really see that right there. Kupuna Kokua, and we will tap on that one. And now this is where you would go if you ever want to access any of the videos produced by Kupuna Smart. And right here you can access the tutorials under the workshops tab right here. You just tap on it. And here you can review all of the Kupuna Smart sessions that were produced. And so if you wanted to learn, there's nice little titles for you. If you're just getting started, if you want to learn basic online skills, if you want to learn video chat, which is Zoom, to join workshops or socialize, telehealth, internet safety, this is important, protect yourself against scams, and more to be updated later. So let's scroll up, and here's the FAQs tab. This, you might find some useful information if you tap here on the FAQ. And once again, what is Zoom? So if you're wondering what Zoom is, you can't really see it right now, but in the third session of Kupuna Smart, there's a tutorial guiding you through how to use Zoom. It's a video application on your tablet. It's to chat with your family, your friends, or professionally via the internet. And it's a great app to use. So they answer your questions here, right here. So Zoom, how can I use the internet? This is an important one. I'm aware that there have been some update issues when the admins push an update on your tablet. So if you slide your finger down here, once again you can see the Wi-Fi signal right here. And if you tap and hold there, it will bring you to the Wi-Fi page, and here you can view what connections are available to you. Right now I'm on the campus Wi-Fi. If you have one familiar that you've connected to already, you would select that Wi-Fi. If you're you can also find Wi-Fi in some coffee shops as well as some other places, public places like libraries. And if you'd like to use it to update your tablet. And let's go back and go back to the site. So easy navigation again, the 3 horizontal lines, and you can slide through to whatever page you want to navigate to. And then right here, can I make phone calls or send text messages through the tablet? So unfortunately, you cannot, because the tablet isn't assigned under any specific phone number. It's not under any mobile plan, aside from the data plan that gives you the internet. So you cannot make calls or send texts, but you can use some applications like Facebook Messenger or Zoom to chat with your loved ones. So unfortunately, no, you can't make phone calls through the tablet. But you can use the hotspot on this device if you'd like to use the internet provided under this plan. And if you have a laptop, you could connect to it using this tablet. So let's do that now. So if you slide down, and if there's another pull down right here, you can hardly see it. It's that little grayed out line, and you can slide that down. And then this is the additional quick settings. If you slide one page to the right, there's a setting for hotspot. And if you tap on that, it turns the hotspot on, and it prompts you to set up your hotspot password. And you would type in a secure password here. And so you type in secure password. This is not a secure password, by the way, but you would type in a password that you would input this password on your other device to connect to the internet, from this device. So that's how you'd set it up. Then you'd press that check mark. And so I won't preset the hotspot on this device, but that's how you would go about it. And something that's a good tip is if you're also thinking that the brightness is a little too straining on the eyes, there's this setting up here. There's a slider, and you can make it dimmer if you like. And in fact, that allows you to see what's on here more easily as well. So that's great. So remember that setting is the slider right here. I'll make it a little brighter. And so this site is very valuable. There may be some more updates to this page right here. Frequently asked questions later. You can also go to help, the help tab. You tap there. There are tablet manuals, tablet tutorials, and in-person services. So the tablet manual is the manual that you were given with the full package when you signed up for this program. And as you can see, there's a getting started guide, as well as this tablet user manual that was put together by the intern team. Very well put together. A lot of time and love went into this, so it's an awesome resource to use. And you would navigate through it by sliding up. And then you'll reach the table of contents over here. Here's our hotline number. If you have any questions, 808-984-3583. And here's a table of contents. So if you're wondering about Zoom, again, still there's actually a section on Zoom, which is called Using Zoom to Video Chat on page 23. So you could scroll to that page, or if you zoom in here, there is this page up here, if you'd like to update it with your, by typing. Let's try it. So if we type in 23 here, it brings us to page 19 because of how the pages are set up here. So you can just scroll to 23 afterwards and zoom out so you can see that a bit better. And then there'd be helpful information on scams on 22 and how to use Zoom on 23. So a very great resource. And moving forward, I also want to guide your attention to an additional companion manual that you could use. So if you go to google.com, GOO, it's already a shortcut on mine, so I tapped google.com, and I'll tap in the search bar. If you ever have any inquiries, you can go straight to Google, like what are frequently asked questions about the Alcatel Joy tablet? So you type in Alcatel Joy tablet FAQs, and funny enough, it's right up here. I think it's connected to a certain account. So Alcatel Joy tablet FAQs, and then you can, right here, getting started, Alcatel Joy tab. And this is provided by T-Mobile, which is, they're the official carrier of this tablet. And if you scroll down here, you'll see what comes in the box, and more importantly, there are some guides here to show you where things are located on your tablet. And you can scroll down further, see what these icons mean, and there's a user guide that you can actually download. So if you tap on that user guide, it will download a PDF onto your tablet, which you can access anytime. So it's great. And you can see that it's downloading if you slide up here, and it has completed its download. And now it's opening. So I'll just show you a quick preview of this guide. And it's also a great companion guide to use. And if you zoom in here, you can see that there's a troubleshooting page on page 38 at the very end. Very similar to frequently asked questions. So if you scroll all the way down, I'm scrolling very quickly. Here is the troubleshooting page. and it gives you helpful advice, like if your device cannot be turned on. When the device can't be switched on, you charge for at least 10 minutes to ensure the minimum battery power needed, and switch it on again. Very simple tips for common problems with your tablet. So this is a good page to look at. And you can look through all of these FAQs, questions and answers. And once again, I want to guide your attention to the quick settings. Because I know, again, once again, connect to Wi-Fi if you're having issues with your tablet not updating properly. Also, if you can't connect to the internet, you might accidentally have airplane mode tapped. I won't tap it because I don't want anything to go wrong here. But make sure this isn't green. If it's green, then it shuts down your internet capabilities, and you can't get on the internet. If you'd like to connect to another device, there's this Bluetooth option as well, like an audio player. If you're experiencing battery issues, you shouldn't, but there's a battery saver option right here as well. And if you're trying to rotate your tablet and it's not rotating, you might have this grayed out. When you have it grayed out, that means if you turn it to its side, it's going to stay in portrait mode, which is, it won't adjust the display. See? But when you do have it green, and you do the same, then it should adjust it. See? Now you can see it's adjusted itself. But we'll leave it in this orientation. So now with that being said, let's navigate to the full settings available on your Alcatel. We'll press the home button, the center button, and we will slide this up to see the full applications that are downloaded here. There are settings. This is alphabetically organized. Find settings, tap that, and then you would slide up. So here's for your network and internet issues. If you scroll down and you're wondering why certain apps aren't notifying you when you want them to, you might find it within here in the apps and notifications. And let's say you see all 62 apps, you would tap on that. And then if it's a particular app, maybe you're wondering why you're not getting notifications from Wobot. Maybe like an app that's supposed to remind you. And then you can see under notifications if you have it turned on or off. If it's off, it will never remind you of anything. So it's good to make sure it's turned on. And let's say if you're running out of space on your tablet, if you're noticing like it might be slowing down, or you might just have a lot of apps downloaded, do notice that if you download too much, this tablet does have a limited capacity. If you go to storage, sorry, I went a little faster. Storage, you can see how much of your device is taken up. And you can scroll through and see what exactly is taking up that space on your device. So if you go to other apps, you can see there's 5 gigs there. It gives you the full breakdown. So the ones at the top take up the most space. The ones at the bottom take up less space, very minimal space. So the top, you might want to tap on the top app and see what's going on there. And you can see sometimes you might want to clear cache on an app. I don't think you ever want to clear storage. But if you see a big cache, this isn't too big, so no need to worry there. But Chrome, for example, Chrome is an internet browser. It will store a lot of information over time, which will make it... sometimes it's nice because it means certain websites you visit, they'll load faster. You don't need to worry about it. Your history will be there and you'll be able to navigate more easily. But if you ever want to clear that cache, you can clear it here, and it'll clear up a good amount of space. So I'll just do it, and then if you go back, you'll notice a slight adjustment on the space available. Not too much, but sometimes it's a good idea. Display is a very important setting. If you're having trouble seeing your screen, once again, you can adjust the brightness level. but it's easier to adjust from here once you slide this down. You can see it. There's a night light. If you're using your tablet at night, it can be very straining on the eyes. So this setting here, if you turn it on, it will give your screen more of a yellow tint. And it'll make it a lot easier to look at for long periods of time. So I'll turn that off now, but know that you can turn this on, and it rests your eyes. And you can choose some additional settings. I'm going to go to Advanced, and there is font size and display size. So if you're having trouble seeing the size of the words on your screen, you can see the preview right here. If these words look too small for you, you can adjust it one larger, and if that looks sufficient, then that's good, but you can also adjust it a little bit larger. And here is the preview of how it would look. And if you like this change, you can always just tap on the back button, and it will save that for you. So let's say I like this change. You can see how it's changed the menu. Now I can see things more clearly. In fact, and then there's this display size. This one you may or may not like. It's supposed to adjust certain things, like all icons, but for some reason it doesn't adjust this right here. If you adjust it to the fullest extent, it's supposed to make your icons really big, but if I tap on the home screen, they are the same size. So that's an issue with the tablet itself, and there may be a workaround, but it's just not properly optimized in that sense. But rest assured, this setting still changes your text messages, so you can see the icons better, as well as if I were to pull down the top, it makes these icons larger as well. But only change this if you are if you're having trouble seeing everything on your screen. So I'm going to adjust it back to its default. And what's nice is it says default right here. That's your original setting. So there is sound. Now actually a couple of very important features we haven't explored yet is the Smart Manager. If your tablet's running slow again, you would want to see the Smart Manager, and it'll give your tablet a quick boost of speed if there is issues with it. Right here, there are 2 issues found in this tablet, and you could optimize it if you would like to, and it'll show you some quick facts down here as far as what's free. So it's worth a try if your tablet's really slowing down to go to your Smart Manager. And lastly, but not leastly, there is the accessibility features on your tablet. So if you go to accessibility, there are some very cool tools here. You can, there is select to speak, there's switch access, and talkback. Select to speak and talkback are the ones we'll be exploring. I'll go with talkback first. And if you want your tablet to read certain things to you, the text on the screen, this is what you would use. So you slide this on, use talkback. It gives you a little preview of what it does. I'll tell you what it does though. So we'll say OK. And it'll give you a little tutorial. Now, a disclaimer is that this is not the easiest accessibility feature to use on your tablet. You might find it troubling to use it for long periods of time. If you ever want to turn it off, you would just push on the volume up and volume down buttons, and then there's an accessibility shortcut to use this shortcut to turn talkback off and on. So if I press the 2 volume buttons again, which are on the side, you gotta press and hold it, and then you can see that this shortcut is turned off. So this is something I would use cautiously. I'm gonna guide you through it without the talkback. But here, just to let you know, it's a screen reader intended for situations where people who have difficulty seeing the screen. It gives you spoken feedback, and it will read you the paragraphs on your display like this. And you can use gestures to go to the next item or previous item on the screen. But I do believe that the easier to use accessibility feature by far is the select to speak feature. So we're going to utilize that. So if you use the service here, you'll see that there's this new icon that appears on your bottom right of your screen. And if you tap on that icon, you can just, it's great because you can highlight certain areas of text by pressing and holding and then dragging your finger across. And then you can see what it's reading specifically on your screen because it highlights it with the green border. So I'll turn that up for you.
Drag your finger across the screen to select multiple items. Tap the play button to hear everything on screen. Select text that
So right
appears
now it's
inside
reading
the camera view.
what's on this screen. What's nice is as soon as it finishes whatever section you've highlighted, it turns off. So you don't need to worry about it being on forever. So once again, to use that, you'd go to your bottom right, tap on that little man, and you would tap, hold your finger on the screen and drag across that.
When select to speak is on, you can
And then
tap
you can
specific
stop it at
items
any
in your
time with
screen
this
to hear
red
them.
button right here. And then it's off for good, so it's nice. It's off for good until you wake this man up again. So down here, there's another important one, which is magnification. Some pages won't magnify if you want to zoom in. So as you can see right now, I'm trying to zoom into the page, but it doesn't let me zoom in further. So the best option to use is the magnify with triple tap. And if you tap on here, you can tap use service. And now to show you what triple tap looks like, you tap 3 times quickly on your screen, 1, 2, 3, and then it'll zoom in. And there's this orange border around it, so you know it's on. You can zoom in more further, as much as you need. You can zoom out. So you do the pull away gesture with your fingers, tap, hold, and pull away, or you push closer to each other to zoom out. Let's see, sometimes it's a bit hard. If you ever want to get out of this completely, I think it's because it's zoomed in already. If you ever want to get out of this completely, you tap 3 times again. 1, 2, 3, and it zooms out completely. So if you ever need that feature, it's there. Tap 3 times to enter, tap 3 times to exit. And now it's on, so you can use it anytime. If you're having trouble seeing this menu, tap 3 times. You slide your finger up, tap 3 times. Let's see, you need to slide your finger, or slide the screen with 2 fingers now. You tap and place 2 fingers on your screen and you slide at the same time. That's the only unfortunate thing you need to remember. If you try sliding with 1, it won't slide. And I put color inversion, so that flips the colors. Yeah. So let's get out of this. There we go. And so lastly, I just want to guide your attention to a nice thing. Now that we know those accessibility features, one nice thing you can utilize now, if you'd like to, is reading books on your tablet. So you can type in free books in the Google Play Store and navigate it to there rather quickly. Again, the Google Play Store is this store. I typed in free books up here. And then there are some decent options for free books. This one is rather decent. I have a little experience with it. And it works well with accessibility features, which is great. The screen reader, you would be able to use this little man to help you read what's on the screen. You just highlight the whole passage and it'll read it. So if you'd like to, you can install this app. It might be a good idea, at least to try it.
About this app.
So there he goes. Just press that red stop button if you need to. So I'll just show you the preview of this app. And you can see that There are book selections, there's featured, audiobooks, browse, my library, search. Whatever books you have downloaded to your tablet will be in my library. You can search for books through the browse. They have quite a lot of books, many that's classic literature. Again, you can see here there's the Odyssey, the Iliad, that's classic literature. So if you really want to read some prolific authors from past, you're able to. And this is how it will look. And you can adjust the size of the text in that app as well. So because we're running out of time, I would like to once again reiterate that at least for the time being, there won't be any new sessions coming out for maybe a month or onwards. I can't speak too much on that because I don't know the status, but also on May 15th, I do want to remind you that our help hotline will no longer be active, at least for this group of interns. So do be aware. Please call into the help hotline until then, but as of now, from the 15th, they may not be active. So keep that in mind. Again, if you're having any questions, please guide it to the help hotline. I'll leave a voicemail, your tablet number, as well as the issue you're experiencing, and a helpful person will be with you as soon as they're able to. So I want to thank you so much. It's been my pleasure presenting all of this information to you. I hope you come away with a lot of new knowledge out of this, and you're able to connect with others through what you've learned a lot better. And at the least, that you have a good time with your tablet. So thank you so much. Aloha.